Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, also known as AOC. She's a young, progressive politician who has been making waves in the United States Congress since she was elected in 2018. In this video, we'll take a closer look at her background, her political views, and some of the things she has accomplished during her time in office. Background: Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was born in 1989 in the Bronx, New York City. Her parents were working-class Puerto Rican immigrants, and she grew up in a modest apartment. She attended Boston University, where she studied economics and international relations. After college, she worked as a bartender and waitress to help support her family. Political views: AOC is a self-proclaimed democratic socialist, which means she believes in a system where the government plays a larger role in providing for its citizens. She supports policies like Medicare for all, a Green New Deal, and a $15 minimum wage. She has been a vocal critic of big corporations and the wealthy elite, and has called for higher taxes on the rich. Accomplishments: Since being elected to Congress in 2018, AOC has accomplished a lot in a short amount of time. She was a primary sponsor of the Green New Deal, a resolution that calls for a rapid transition to renewable energy in order to combat climate change. She has also been a strong advocate for Medicare for all, and has pushed for more funding for public education. In addition, AOC has been a vocal opponent of the Trump administration's policies, particularly on immigration. She has been a strong advocate for the rights of immigrants and has called for an end to ICE, the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency. Criticism: Despite her popularity among progressives, AOC has also faced criticism from some quarters. Some have accused her of being too radical, while others have attacked her for being inexperienced. She has also faced criticism for her use of social media, particularly her use of Twitter. One of the things that has made Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez so popular among progressives is her willingness to take on powerful interests and advocate for policies that benefit working people. For example, she has been a strong supporter of the Fight for $15 movement, which seeks to raise the minimum wage to $15 per hour. This is an important issue for many low-wage workers who struggle to make ends meet, and AOC has been a vocal advocate for their cause. Another policy that AOC has championed is Medicare for all. This is a proposal to create a single-payer healthcare system in the United States, which would provide universal coverage to all Americans. AOC and other supporters of the plan argue that it would be more efficient and cost-effective than the current system, which is dominated by private insurance companies. Critics, however, argue that it would be too expensive and would lead to longer wait times for medical care. One of the most notable things about AOC's political career has been her use of social media, particularly Twitter. She has over 13 million followers on the platform, and she frequently uses it to communicate directly with her constituents and supporters. This has allowed her to bypass the traditional media and establish a direct connection with her followers. However, her use of social media has also made her a target for criticism, particularly from conservatives and others who disagree with her views. Despite the criticism she has faced, AOC remains a popular and influential figure in American politics. Her rise to prominence has been a source of inspiration for many young people, particularly women and people of color, who see her as a role model and a symbol of hope for a more just and equitable future. Whether or not her policies are ultimately successful, she has already had a significant impact on the political discourse in the United States, and her influence is likely to be felt for years to come. Here are a few more points about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and her political career. AOC's election to Congress in 2018 was something of a surprise. She was a relative unknown at the time, and she defeated a longtime incumbent in the Democratic primary. Her victory was seen as a sign of the growing influence of progressive politics in the Democratic Party, and it inspired many other young and diverse candidates to run for office. Since taking office, AOC has been a vocal critic of President Donald Trump and his administration. She has spoken out against many of his policies, particularly those related to immigration and the environment. She has also been a strong advocate for criminal justice reform and has called for an end to the system of mass incarceration that has disproportionately affected people of color. One of the things that sets AOC apart from many other politicians is her ability to connect with young people. She has a large following on social media, as I mentioned earlier, and she has used that platform to engage with her supporters and encourage them to get involved in politics. She has also been a frequent guest on talk shows and podcasts, where she has spoken about her views on a wide range of issues. Despite her relative lack of experience, AOC has become one of the most influential voices in the Democratic Party. She has been a leading advocate for progressive policies like the Green New Deal and Medicare for All, and she has helped to shift the political discourse in the United States to the left. Of course, AOC is not without her critics. Some conservatives have accused her of being a socialist and a radical, while others have criticized her for being inexperienced and out of touch with mainstream voters. However, her popularity among progressives and young people suggests that she may have a bright future in American politics, and she is likely to continue to be a force for change in the years to come. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's influence has had a significant impact on the Democratic Party in several ways. First and foremost, AOC has helped to shift the party's policy priorities to the left. She has been a leading advocate for policies like Medicare for All, a Green New Deal, and a $15 minimum wage, which were once considered fringe ideas but are now gaining mainstream support. Her outspokenness and willingness to challenge the party's establishment have also helped to push the party in a more progressive direction. Secondly, AOC's rise to prominence has inspired many young people and people of color to get involved in politics. Her victory in the 2018 primary was seen as a sign that a new generation of diverse and progressive leaders was emerging, and she has since become a role model for many young people who are looking for ways to make a difference in their communities. Finally, AOC's influence has helped to energize the Democratic base and improve the party's electoral prospects. Her outspokenness and willingness to take on powerful interests have made her a popular figure among progressives and young people, and her ability to connect with voters on social media has helped to expand the party's reach. However, AOC's influence has also created some tension within the party. Some more centrist Democrats have criticized her for being too radical and out of touch with mainstream voters, while some progressives have accused the party's establishment of being too cautious and unwilling to embrace bold policies. Overall, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's influence has been a significant factor in the Democratic Party's recent shift to the left. Whether this shift will ultimately lead to electoral success remains to be seen, but there is no doubt that AOC has already had a significant impact on the party's direction and priorities. Conclusion: Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is a rising star in the Democratic Party and a leading voice for progressive politics in the United States. Her background as a working-class Latina from the Bronx has given her a unique perspective on the issues facing the country, and her bold ideas have inspired many young people to get involved in politics. Whether you agree with her or not, there's no denying that she has had a significant impact on the political landscape in a very short amount of time. Thank you for watching.